Warning: this program contains strong language and mature conversations that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CheeseHead Connection Unhinged. I am your host, Chris Wilson, and today we are going to dive into Colin Cowherd and his comments on Matt LaFleur. And we also are going to get into the delusional Bears fans and why, for the life of me, they won't just be quiet and just let stuff play out. But before we get into that, I want to thank everybody that's listening and watching CheeseHead Connection Unhinged. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you won't miss any new episodes of CheeseHead Connection Unhinged. And for those listening on your podcast platforms, if you do not have time to listen to this right now, no worries. Just make sure you follow CheeseHead Connection so you can get the CheeseHead Connection Unhinged podcast, and just hit the download button, save it for later, come back when you got some time. Now, we got that out the way. Let's not waste no time and let's get into it. Colin Cowherd on the herd a couple of days ago, he had some things to say about our coach, Matt LaFleur, and kind of was a little disrespectful to me, the way he said it and what he was implying. But I'll let y'all be the judge of that. If you haven't heard this yet, I will play it for you, kind of break it down and react to it on what he said. Basically, in a nutshell, just to sum everything up, he basically called Matt LaFleur soft. He's calling him soft. Can't finish games, saying, he lacks toughness, all the stuff that you can put with being soft. So that's basically what he said. So what I want to do right now is I want to play just a little snippet of what he said and react to it in real time and kind of, put some stuff in the context a little bit, because we all know Colin Cowherd, for lack of a better term, I really don't want to use it. Colin Cowherd is a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot that likes to stir up shit and say dumb shit to get clicks and get views and get everybody talking about him, which kind of can say he's a smart idiot because other idiots feed into it. But anyway, let me go ahead and play this for you. This is from Colin Cowherd episode when he spoke on Matt LaFleur and the lack of finishing games. So
Matt LaFleur has been in the league a while. And Matt LaFleur of the Packers is probably on the coolest hot seat any coach has ever been on.
Let me stop. What the hell is the coolest hot seat? How can a hot seat be cool, first and foremost? The coolest hot seat in the NFL. I guess, man. I don't even know what that is. I don't even understand that. How the hell can if your seat is cool, how the hell can it be hot? But anyway, let him go ahead and say what he's going to say.
Not your usual hot seat like Matt Eberflus last year in Chicago, but two things are working against the Green Bay coach. Number one, his division has Ben Johnson and Kevin O'Connell, brilliant offensive coaches, top of the league. And then the ultimate alpha dog coach, Dan Campbell.
Okay. Here's the problem, according to Colin. We got two offensive gurus, highly intelligent offensive-minded coaches in Kevin O'Connell and Ben Johnson, acting like Matt LaFleur is not a top-tier offensive-minded coach. Dare I say, better than both of these guys that he's talking about, in my opinion. But Colin seems to say, oh, we got two offensive minds, and then you got the alpha dog, Dan Campbell, big alpha dog, bite your kneecaps off and all this old other shit. Yeah. And then little old Matt LaFleur, right? You see how he kind of put it? He kind of says that Kevin O'Connell and Ben Johnson are offensive minds, shitting on LaFleur, not acknowledging that he's one of the top offensive minds as well. And then putting Dan Campbell up here as this big alpha dog. He's the alpha dog. Okay, I guess. If that's what you want to do, cool. Continue.
Here's the other thing. Matt LaFleur has now developed a reputation, and the Packers front office knows it.
Matt LaFleur has developed a reputation, and the Packers front office knows it. What reputation might that be, sir? Will you elaborate on that or no? Let's see.
And they're watching the last couple of playoff losses where they get that big lead, very smart, sophisticated game plan, and then they're not tough enough to finish the game off.
And they're watching the last couple of playoff losses where they get the big lead and they're not able to finish off opponents. Okay. I know the Bears game last year, 21-6. Going into the fourth. We dropped that. That was last year. He said playoff games, last couple. Game before that, we played Philly, 2024. We lost 22-10. We never had a lead in that game. Okay. 2023 was Dallas. We beat the dog shit out of them. He did have somewhat of a lead. Maybe he talking about San Francisco. Maybe he just skipped over. I'm trying to see where the couple came from, because the only time, well, you really can't say San Francisco. We had a lead. We were up by 7. And then we was up by 4. Then Anna Carson missed the kick. Then they go up by 3 and we couldn't get it done. But we didn't have a big lead in that game. So what other game can he be talking about? Or is he just trying to gas up and put a little extra mustard on some shit? That only happened one time. Because that's the only time I can think that we had a commanding lead going into the fourth quarter and we wet the bed. And as I said before, why is this all on Matt LaFleur and ain't nobody blaming the defensive coordinator for not making no adjustments after halftime? Or getting in their players' ass for being all out of position. The defense, I have never seen a game that was lost get put on a head coach, offensive-minded head coach, and a quarterback. For the life of me, I still can't fucking understand why that game is getting put on those two people and not getting put where it's supposed to, on the defense and the defensive coordinator. Head coach gonna get the blame all the way around, but he can't get all of it now. He can't get all of it. You got to give some to the DC. We got to give some to the defense. I'm just saying. But it's always the head coach and the quarterback. That's the reason we lost, I guess. I don't know what game y'all watch, I guess we watched two different games, or my TV messed up. My TV must be out of date or something. I don't know. But anyway, the coaching staff, not the coaching staff, excuse me. The front office knows that he has a reputation. I was trying to see what kind of reputation that he was talking about, but he ain't elaborated on his reputation yet. So we gonna see if he gonna say something about what reputation that he's supposed to have that the front office know about. But whatever reputation, I'm assuming it's supposed to be something bad because of the playoff losses and all that. They looking at the playoff losses, but you still ain't said what the reputation. So the reputation is supposed to be, I'm assuming, because you didn't say, the reputation is that he can't finish ball games. Is that the reputation? Can you tell me what the reputation is, Colin, please? Because I'm just speculating right now. I really would like for you to say what the reputation is. But let's see what he gonna say.
Used to cover LaFleur and the Packers, and he talked about the reality.
Oh, he ain't gonna say nothing. He done kicked it to Ty Dunn, somebody that used to cover the Packers. So now Ty Dunn is about to give his opinion on Matt LaFleur and what's going on. But before we play that, if you're going to say that he's developed a reputation and the front office knows the reputation that he has developed, why you ain't gonna say what the fuck the reputation is? What is the reputation? We don't know. A reputation, what is? It's a bunch of reputations. When you was in high school, you had a reputation. You were the cool kid. You were the nerd. You were the fat kid that ate too much. You were the kid that got picked on. What reputation we talking about? It's a lot of reputations now. But what Mr. Ty Dunn got to say
of what this football operation has become under LaFleur?
Again and again, you just see a lack of will, a lack of toughness. Go back to that Denver game, right? Jordan Love gets whacked in the head, and he's down. What did the teammates do? They're doing what they're told by Matt LaFleur. They're not jumping in. They're not going to get a penalty.
Okay. He says again and again and again. A lot. This happens a lot. But then you say, go back and look at the Denver game. That one game, big dog. I thought you said again and again. Was it the Denver game and the Bear game and the Cardinal game and the Lions game and the Viking game? No, he just said the Denver game. Now, I will give him this. When that hit happened and he got hit in the head and ain't nobody do nothing, I was the first one like, oh, hell no, we can't be doing that. Bro, y'all gonna have to do something about that. You know what I'm saying? Even the hit in Chicago. I can't remember what play it was, 99. When he literally launched himself at Jordan Love's head. Ain't nobody do nothing about it. That gotta change. I give you that. But you not about to sit up here and make and goddamn glaze and put that shit like Matt LaFleur told these folks not to stand up for their quarterback. I'm not rolling with that shit. I'm not rolling with it. I don't care what you say. I know damn well this man ain't just say if somebody go after your quarterback, don't do nothing. Man, hell no. Now, did he say, hey guys, we gotta be smart. We don't need no stupid penalties. We don't need no dumb penalties. We don't need nothing to keep up behind the chains and stop the momentum of moving the ball and stopping us from winning this game. Did he say that? Absolutely. Him and the rest of the 31 damn coaches in the motherfucking league done said that. Every fucking coach in the league said that. We don't want no stupid mistakes. But you not about to sit your ass up here and sit up here and have me to believe that Matt LaFleur told these big 300-pound plus offensive linemen, if somebody do something to the quarterback, don't retaliate. I ain't rolling with it. He'll have to come out himself and say he said that for me to believe it. I think you're putting gas on it. Now, like I said, we done heard Matt LaFleur say, hey, we got to be smart. We done seen him in real time when Keyshawn got the penalty last year, jumping on the pile after everything was over with. It was a dumbass penalty. They paying over to Matt LaFleur, and you can see him saying, what the hell are you doing? You got to be smart. But that was uncalled for. I'm pretty sure if it would have been some kind of personal foul penalty for pushing and shoving after that, Matt LaFleur wouldn't have had nothing to say. And who to say when we got back in on the sideline or something where the camera didn't see? He said, hey, man, y'all can't let that go on with your quarterback. I don't give a. Matt LaFleur is. This is why some people, not everybody, and it's a few in our fan base too. I'm talking to y'all too, because there's a lot of y'all that feel this way in the fan base. That in itself is a problem, because that don't do nothing but add gasoline to the rest of these folks in the outside that don't really know what's going on, and get them fuel to the fire to use. Because Packer fans, some of us, very, very minute few of us, are leading this. They handing the gasoline can to them. The reason why this whole thing came up, and the reason why he say a reputation, as he puts it, that he didn't elaborate on, is developing for Coach Matt LaFleur, is because he is, for the most part, mild-mannered. We know that being mild-mannered can come off as being soft or scary or a punk, whatever you want to call it. And that very well, most of the time, don't even be the case, because the most mild-mannered people and the most quiet people be the most dangerous people that you will ever run into. And I ain't telling you something that somebody told me. I'm telling you something that I know for experience. The quiet ones, don't reserve, quiet, mild-mannered, don't really say nothing to nobody about nothing, look like they ain't gonna do nothing to you. Them be the main one you need to look out for. But that's where it's coming from. The press, not the press conferences, the locker room speeches after the games, all that. You know, that was a big thing. Everybody think they cringe word, give it up for yourselves and all that stuff. He ain't in there like Ben Johnson, taking his damn shirt off, showing his goddamn pimp sweet bird chest around and doing all that spitting and hollering. He ain't like Dan Campbell. And Dan Campbell, as a matter of fact, Dan Campbell is reserved too. Dan Campbell don't get animated like that. He just got a lot of cliche. Bite your kneecap, we gonna bite the kneecaps off, we gonna do this. But he don't really just get animated like that a lot. Him and LaFleur kind of similar, but the only difference with Dan Campbell has his more of a rah-rah guy and more of a, rallying the troop guy than LaFleur comes off to be. I think LaFleur is a rally the troop guy, but it's different. It ain't no, let's go get them, boys. Let's go win one for the Gipper or whatever, like Dan Campbell. And he ain't got all these cliches like we gonna tear somebody's arm and bite somebody's kneecaps and pull somebody's finger off and all this old other bullshit that sound good, that make it sound like a tough guy. And then he ain't going around disrespecting other coaching staffs and other teams like Pimp Squeak bitch ass over there in Chicago. He ain't doing that. So it comes off as soft. It comes off as weak. But that O-line issue that this dude is talking about, Ty Dunn, I believe his name was, he right on that, but he gassing it up because he making it seem like the coach said don't do it. Nah, hell no, I don't believe that. You will have to show me a quote for me to believe that he told these folks if somebody don't mess with their quarter, if somebody come out of your quarterback, don't do nothing to him. That man ain't told nobody no shit like that, man. But anyway, continue, Ty. What else you got?
That is embedded into the fabric of who you are as a team. I mean, they knew if you punch the Packers in the mouth under Matt LaFleur, they're not going to punch back.
Okay, so the whole team, you gonna sit up here and say if you punch us in the mouth, we ain't gonna punch back. Okay. So from that one scenario, you gonna say if we get punched in the mouth, we ain't gonna punch back. This man been here since 2019. So did we punch back in 2019, 2020, and 2021 when we won 3 straight division championships and went to the NFC championship game 2 out of them 3 years? Won 13 games all 3 of them seasons. Team that get punched in the mouth and don't punch back don't win 13 games. 2022, down year. Bad year. 8-9. Last year, Rodgers. You want to say we got punched in the mouth and then punched back that season? I guess you can say that. 2023, 9-8. Wild card. Won a playoff game. Couldn't get it done in the division round when we could have. Kicking situation. Jordan Love did try to play hero. Bad mistake. You got that one. That was a bad pick at the end of the game. He ain't had that to do. But learning curve. If the opportunity presented itself again, which it kind of did, it was an unfortunate circumstances because we had already lost not only our backup center, the third string center. Now we got a guy I ain't never heard of in this situation with the Bears at the end of the game. Bad snap. Everything just went awry. But in San Fran, if my memory serves me right, it wasn't nothing but second down, first or second down. Live to fight another day. But learning curves. And it is what it is. If you want to say something about that San Francisco game, him throwing that pick, I can't argue with you. You got it. He didn't have that to do. That was in 23, but we did win a playoff game. As a 7 seed, the only 7 seed to win a playoff game. Okay. So, what about that? You're only talking about last season, but you're making it seem like this has been the case the whole time, and that's a fucking lie. It has not been this case the whole fucking time about getting punched in the fucking mouth and not punching back. It hasn't. It ain't even the case last year. We just gave up. We gave up 2 games to the Chicago Bears that we should have won. That's a fact. Both fucking games in Chicago, we had them beat. Romeo Dobbs muffed the onside kick. They get the ball back. We're going to overtime. Rest is history. Keyshawn Nixon get decent coverage, but DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, touchdown, they won. Playoff game, 15-point lead going into the 4th quarter. Wet the bed. Gave that away. Those are facts. But don't put the mustard on it to make it seem like this has been going on all 7 years that this man had been here. That has not been the case. Because when he came in, we won back-to-back division championships in his first 3 years. 13 wins in his first 3 years. Then a reset. 2022 was a down year. Then we basically reset it. Me and some more Packer fans, I'm going to say me. I'm just going to speak for me. I thought we were going to have to go into a whole rebuild. 2023, if I'm being all the way honest, I did not think we were going to make no playoffs. I wasn't expecting to make no playoffs. I said, you know what? If we win 7 to 8 games, I will be satisfied because this is a all-out rebuilding season. I don't want to go into with no expectations or nothing. We got a new quarterback starting. We got a young team all the way around. It's gonna be a process. We made the playoffs. I said, well, damn. And then the quarterback went from night to day on what he looked. And then 2024, we were 11-6. We were rolling with a half-injured quarterback. Youngest team in the league again. 11-6 could have easily been 13-4. Because there was a couple of them games that we gave away that we should not have lost. So that's neither here or there. 11-6 record. You don't go to the playoffs with the youngest team in the league. If you watch the last episode of Unhinged, I already broke that down to you. The only team in the last 10 seasons to make the playoff as the youngest team in the league has been the Green Bay Packers, and they did it 3 years in a row. You're not doing that if you're not tough. You're not. With the youngest team in the league, you're not doing that. He says he's developing a reputation. Colin Cowherd said Matt LaFleur is developing a reputation. What reputation is he developing? You didn't say, but I'm assuming that he's soft. Let this continue to play out.
88% of the time they've taken a lead in a game. That's a remarkable percentage. Why? Because he's smart. They don't commit penalties. They're highly efficient. One of the smartest teams in the league.
Okay. So he's not one of the top offensive minds, but you were throwing the caveat of saying 88% of the time they have had leads. Okay. 88%. Pay close attention to that. 88% of the time, the Packers under Matt LaFleur since 2019, you got the Ravens at 95%, you got the Chiefs at 94%, you got the 49ers at 89%, and you got the Packers at 88% since 2019, them top 4 teams. Y'all can't see that because I didn't want to play the video. I just wanted to play the audio. I'm still trying to work out what I can use and what I can't. Now, I don't think I can use no Fox Sports stuff. I'm just going to use the audio. We're going to see how it go. But I did want y'all to at least listen to this. That's why I'm reading it out to you. On the 14 he got on the screen. The Chiefs at 95. The Ravens at 95, excuse me. The Chiefs at 94. The 49ers at 89 and Packers at 88. Top 4 teams. Okay. So 88%. Because he's smart. And he's smart enough to get the lead. What do you say after that? In the
NFL, as a coach, you have to pull multiple levels. Smart gets you a lead. Toughness finishes it off.
Boy, you sound good, Colin. Boy, you sound so motherfucking good, boy. That shit sound good, don't it? Says smart, being smart gets you a lead, but toughness help you finish it off. So, is that what we rolling with now? Is that what we rolling with? Keep that in your brain. Packers, 88% of the time since 2019 have had a lead. I'm assuming lead after 3 quarters. Because you can't give up nothing in the first half. The 4th quarter where you win it. So we gonna assume because he wasn't clear on that neither. He just said 88% of the time they had a lead. Had a lead what? After 1 quarter, after 2 quarters, after 3 quarters? I mean, shit. I'm gonna assume after 3. Cause I'm gonna assume you're trying to talk about the playoff collapse from last year. So before I do that, just remember that number now, 88%. And remember the 4 teams. What else you got to say, Colin? Here come the bullshit right here.
The sense is Micah Parsons brought in to add that element of toughness, and he's not available till October. And LaFleur never really responded. So it kind of felt soft as brie cheese in a town that loves, aged cheddar.
Soft as brie cheese in a town that loves aged cheddar. And he just said that Michael Parsons was probably bought in for some toughness, and he ain't gonna be available until October. So he said Matt LaFleur never responded. Responded to I know what he was talking about. I'm sorry. He said he never responded. He was talking about when Ben Johnson's press conference, when he first got there, and he was talking about how he respect Dan Campbell, and he look up to Dan Campbell, and Kevin O'Connor is a great coach. And then he come out talking about, I enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. You ain't do that shit but one time with your dumb ass, but I guess if that's what you want to say, sound good and shit. And they saying LaFleur didn't respond to it, which he was saying, he wasn't gonna respond. He don't know that man like that. Like, okay, so he didn't respond to it. That makes him soft. That's why I'm confused. That don't make him tough because he didn't respond to a pimp squeak dumbass saying some stupid shit in a press conference, trying to appease a fan base that he knows hates the Green Bay Packers. The man only said that shit because he knows that the Chicago Bears hate the Green Bay Packers and the Green Bay Packers hate the Chicago Bears. So he's trying to make a good first impression. That's just like if I was going into a local bar. Let's just say I was going to fuck a bar. If I was going to McDonald's to get me something to eat, I'm going to go get me a Big Mac with a large fry and a large drink. And I go up in McDonald's and I order that, and somebody say Burger King is better. Being that I'm in McDonald's and I don't want these folks to fuck my food up, I'm going to be like, man, you crazy, man. Burger King trash, boy. McDonald's burgers is way better than Burger King. Then you go to Burger King and get a Whopper meal, and somebody say something about McDonald's, guess what you gonna do? Man, that Whopper way better than that. Why would I not? If I'm gonna be in Burger King and say McDonald's shit better, them folk might spit in my damn food. Shit, I ain't gonna do that. You gotta shit on it. He a Bears coach. He ain't have to say it, but it sound good. And after he said it, what happened? Oh yeah, man, we got us a good head coach. We got us a good head coach. You heard what he said about the Packers? We got us a good old coach. We got one this time. Just cause he said that dumbass shit. He ain't coached her down yet. But just because he said that, and then you say he didn't respond to it, so that's why he ain't tough. Man, please, man, get the fuck up out of here. But that ain't even the half of it. I want to go back. Remember I told y'all to hold on to that 88% now. 88% of the time, the Packers had a lead. I'm going to assume after the third quarter. Because he didn't elaborate. That's why I'm saying it's a lot of incomplete shit he talking about. He's saying, he throwing shit out there. He's saying that the Packers organization knows that Matt LaFleur is developing a reputation. He ain't say what the fuck the reputation was. Then he throw out the damn stat about, okay, well, the Packers do lead 88% of the time, which is really remarkable. And that's from being a smart coach. But smart coaches get leads, and toughness keeps leads and all this other shit. The 88% is not in the contest. 88% behind what quarter? I'm going to assume the third. Okay, if it's 88% with the lead, what is the percentage of the time, the win percentage of the 88%? How many times he won, how many times he lost? So I did regular season first, of course. And I got my little graphic up here. And I'm about to show it to y'all. Try to put a little context on what Mr. Colin Cowherd is saying, because right now he's just throwing out some bullshit in my mind, because you saying that he developed a reputation in the Packers organization knows it because of the couple of playoff losses when they had big leads. First off, it ain't no couple. It's the Bears playoff loss from last year. That's the only motherfucking game that they had a comfortable commanding lead going into the fourth quarter. The 49er game, we did have a lead. That game was mostly nip and tuck all the way through that game. We had a chance to go up 7 late in the fourth quarter. Alex Carson misses the field goal, and then McCaffrey goes down. They score. We get the ball back, throws the pick. But that was not a commanding lead. So he cannot be talking about that game. The only game he's talking about is the game that just happened this last past playoffs when we fucked off the 15-point lead in the fourth quarter. So it's only been one game. You exaggerating on that. You get your boy up there. He want to talk about Matt LaFleur telling motherfuckers if they go at your quarterback, don't hit them. That's a bullshitting ass lie. I don't give a damn what they say. That shit is a lie. Ain't no coach said don't hit nobody if they ain't came from your quarterback. They might have said don't make no stupid ass penalties. Don't make no dumb ass mistakes. But they ain't never told, I'm not about to believe that. And then you come up with this 88% stat and say, it's smart. He can get the lead, but toughness keeps the lead. So he must have lost a lot of damn games. He must have lost a lot of games when he had the lead. I wonder. Let's see. Regular season, Matt LaFleur, 4-quarter lead record. When leading entering the fourth quarter. Since 2019, the whole team, 2019, 2025. This is regular season. 75 wins, 7 losses. Win percentage of 91.5%. 91.5% with a lead entering the fourth quarter. Regular season. This is how many games they had to lead after the third quarter. That's how many wins they won. They had 13-1 in 2019. 2020, they were 13-1. 92.9. 21, they had 13 with a lead. They won all of them. 22, they had 9 with a lead. They won 7, lost 2. 23, they had 10 with 9-1. 24, they had 11. They were 11-0. And 25, they had 11. They were 9-2. 91.5. Here go the blown leads. 2019 versus Philly. Score after 3. It was 27-24. They lost 34-27. Indy, 28-25. I remember that game. Overtime. That was the game I wanted Marquez Valdez-Scantling off my team. I remember that one. 34-31. New York Giants, we was up 14-10. That was the London game. Remember that. Lost 27-22. Commanders, 2022, 21-10. And we ended up losing. Remember that damn game. That's the game Eric Stokes got hurt that game. Remember that game. Atlanta, 24-12. Lost 25-24. That's the game. That's Jordan Love first season. Cleveland, 10-0 this last year. The blown lead, we had a 10-0 lead at the third. We lost 13-10. And then the game in Chicago, we was up 13-3, lost in overtime. That was the regular season game. The playoffs are excluded in this one. Oh, well, it might be somebody out there who's saying, well, Chris, why you won't what about the playoffs? The playoffs matter. You absolutely correct. Let's go see what it was in the playoffs. Cause I'm assuming Colin, cause I don't know. I'm just going off assumptions with Colin because Colin is not being clear on what the fuck he talking about because he just throwing out an 88% number and with a lead, he ain't say after what quarter. So we just gonna assume he talking about a lead after when entering the fourth quarter because that's when the games are won, correct? That's when the games are won. So if you saying, oh, you can't do that off the nut, what I'm supposed to do? Because he wasn't clear. So I'm just trying to put some clarity on the damn situation. Let me put a little clarity on it. I got another one for you. You want the playoffs? Cool. I got you. Right here. Bam. With the playoffs. 4-quarter lead record. 2019 to 2025. Regular season and playoff when leading in the fourth quarter. 81 wins. 10 losses. 89% win percentage. Same games over there. There go your 2 playoff games. 2021, we was up 10-3, 13-10 lost. Everybody know what happened in that game. Special team played like bullshit, and we lost that game. Roger didn't play too well. He was doing some bullshit too. We ended up losing game 13-10, and the number 1 seed. after winning 13 games. And then the one from Chicago, they got the wrong score. They ain't the score. It's 31-27. We had a 21-6 point lead and going into the fourth, and we lost the game. Those are the two games that they had to be talking about. Now, this is 2021 San Fran. This ain't 2023 San Fran. We had a lead, but this ain't no big lead, so he can't be talking about, because remember, Colin said a couple of playoff games with large leads. We had that game 10-3. Entering the third. Like I said, the 1-23 was back and forth. Now we had a lead. We had a lead late. Late into that game. We could have pushed that 4-point lead to a 7-point lead if our kicker didn't miss that kick. But 81 wins, 10 losses, 89% win percentage. When the Packers leading in the fourth quarter. So 88% of the time, as Colin said, we had a lead. Since 2019. Remarkable, smart. It's his words. But toughness finished the game. We ain't lose but 10 motherfucking times out of 91. 89% win percentage. 88% of the time we had a lead. Out of that 88%, 89% of the time we won these fucking games. So what the fuck you talking about, Colin Cowherd? Is that why you didn't want to goddamn finish your sentence? Because your sentence went incomplete. 88% of the time, that was remarkable. He's really smart. He's well coached. He's smart. And smartness can get you a lead. But toughness keeps you a lead. Gotta be a little tough. 181 games out of them damn games they were leading in the fourth quarter. Entering the fourth quarter, 81 wins. 10 losses. 10 losses in 7 years. 89% win percentage. So, now you might be asking yourself, where they stack up with the rest of them guys? Because remember, I said they had the Chiefs at 94%. They had the Ravens at 95%. They were number one. The Chiefs were number two at 94%. The 49 were 89%. And the Packers, top 14, having a lead since 2019, entering the fourth quarter. Or having a lead. I'm just saying entering the fourth quarter. So, out of them teams, we know Matt LaFleur, 89% win percentage. Win leading after 3 quarters. Where does that rank with the rest of those teams and them coaches? Let's see. Because I'm curious. Because you throw them 14, and the only reason I use them 14, because them the 14 he throwed out there. He throwed this stat out here. 88% of the time, the Packers had a lead. He just said had a lead since 2019. So I'm assuming they had a lead for 3 quarters. So I took the top 4 teams and wanted to see what the win percentage looked like for Matt LaFleur and the other coaches that were on the other 3 teams that Colin put up in the stat. Okay. So, as you can see here, the title is Who Closes It Out? Best in the NFL at finishing strong. Win rate when leading after 3 quarters. Andy Reid. Big Red, 94.95. You can call that 95%. Matt LaFleur, the 88.57, which got rounded up to 89%. Number 2. John Harbaugh, 85%. Number 3. Kyle Shanahan, 83%. Number 4. So, Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers, according to Colin, had the lead 88% of the time. According to me, what I just showed you, he has an 89% win percentage rate. And the Chiefs, the Ravens were number 1 at 95% of leading. John Harbaugh 85% of the time. Out of the 95% of the time that the Ravens so-called had a lead from 2019 to 2025, they only won 85% of that. 95% with the lead, 85%. That's a nice little chunk in there. That's about 10% of the games you didn't win. Big Red, 94% with the lead, 95% with a win after 3 quarters. Kyle Shanahan, they was at 89%. Right, one step above where we was. 83% of the time of a win rate. Matt LaFleur, 88% of the time he had the lead. 89% of the time he won. So Andy Reid and Matt LaFleur, pretty much, if they led, most of the time they won. As far as they percentages go, 94% of the time they had the lead, according to Colin's little deal, and 95% of the time he won. 88% of the time Matt LaFleur had the lead, according to Colin. 89% he won. But John Harbaugh had 95, he down to 85. That's like a big chunk. 95% of the time since 2019, you ain't had a lead, but you only won 85% of them games. And then Kyle Shanahan had 89, you only won 83. Kyle Shanahan be sliding through the cracks, fam. I like Kyle Shanahan, and I think Kyle Shanahan is a good coach, but Kyle Shanahan be sliding through the cracks. They don't be saying nothing about Kyle Shanahan. But this guy right here get all the hate. They homeboy now, they under the same tree, but he skate. He get all the hate. Kyle Shanahan, boy, he a good coach now. I'm just saying they don't really be criticizing him though. They don't be criticizing him. So, I mean, the proof is in that, man. I mean, Colin Cowherd is incomplete on what the fuck he's saying. Basically, in a nutshell, he's incomplete on what he is saying. You feel what I'm saying? He's incomplete on that. He just is. He's saying some shit to make it sound good, especially to Chicago Bears fan, because apparently he supposed to be staying in Chicago or something now. So I'm assuming he just appealing to these Bears fans. Because you got high praise for Ben Johnson. You spoke about Ben Johnson more than you spoke about Dan Campbell and Kevin O'Connell. You threw the caveat in there about Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is a punk ass bitch that acting tough. That man ain't tough like that, man. You gonna look at him and tell he ain't tough like that. He just talking, bro. He just do a lot. He like to talk. He talk good. He talk good as hell. And that man ain't like that, man. He's an asshole, pimp squeak little bitch. That's what he is. Call me what you want to call me. And I stand on it. And Bear fan you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And I go back and forth with y'all stupid ass about it. And speaking of these dumb ass delusional ass Bear fans, when we come back from the break, because this kind of ran long, this episode might be a little longer than normal. But when we come back from the break, we are going to dive into, for the last time before week 5. I didn't want to do this, but the comments kept coming and coming. This is the platform. Packer fans, everybody that's out there, please leave your comments on YouTube. Leave your comments on Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. If you're listening on a platform that doesn't have comments, because I know some of these podcast platforms don't have a way you can comment, please leave your comments at CheeseHeadConnection@gmail.com so we can start having a little congregation over here. I got some feedback from Packer fan, but it's mostly, agreeing with me, go Pack goes and stuff, and I appreciate that. But any comments or concerns or anything that you want to go over on this platform, please send them to cheeseheadconnection@gmail.com. Or you can drop them in the comments on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or wherever. If you got a platform, I know Spotify, you can leave comments. I'm not sure about the others. But if you got anywhere where you can leave a comment, please leave a comment, because all the comments I got were for Bears fans. And this what made me had to do this. Bears fans, I am telling you this right now. Y'all run y'all damn mile too much. And I'm not about to feed no more into this after this. I will talk to y'all after this on week 5. I'm not going back and forth with y'all all season. We got preseason game to get to. We got the first 4 weeks of the season to get to before we see y'all ass. This is my final time addressing y'all ass until week 5. So when we come back, we'll get into the delusion that Bears fans have of them dominating the division and running the North. And show how they ain't doing nothing but running their damn mile. We'll take a break right here, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. And now, just like I said before we took our break, we're going to dive into these delusional Bears fans and why they won't just let stuff play out. Now, I got a couple of comments from TikTok, mostly. From Bears fans, and I didn't want to do this. I did not want to do this, but the Bears fans just keep coming with the stupidity, man. And I just highlighted a couple of them. I ain't gonna go all the way out the rear because I got a whole lot that I could have went by, but I'm just gonna go by a couple of responses that I got off a couple of my TikTok videos I've done and YouTube shorts I've done. Predominantly the one from the last Unhinged episode where I was stating the case that Caleb Williams was not a top 10 quarterback. And I still feel that he is not a top 10 fucking quarterback. So the first one is Young Gun 003. This is on TikTok. This was from my video where I was doing my predictions for the season, and I was talking specifically about week 5 with the Chicago Bears. And classic Chicago Bears, as you can see, if it wasn't for the 7th seed, the Packers would never made the playoffs. But Caleb Williams won the division. Case closed. Caleb Williams won the division last year. So the case is closed. Caleb Williams won the division. Case closed. And if it wasn't for the Packers, for the 7th seed, Packers wouldn't have made the playoffs. I get so fucking sick and tired of hearing that shit about Packers being the 7th seed. And it's always for Bears fans. Let me share something with you real quick. And before I share it, I just want to say, I'm gonna share this. Let me read all the comments first, because all the comments are gonna run into this. I only did 3. The next one's from Skinman85, And he says that it's our time for the next 15 to 20 years. That's what he says. Bear down. I don't understand what makes him think you're going to run this for the next 15 to 20 years. I guess because you got a young quarterback that you believe is top 10, but is not top 10. Not saying that he can get there one day. He's just not there right now. He ain't there right now. He is not top 10. But it says our time for the next 15 to 20 years. That is Skin Man 85 and Michael Lyles 626. He just asked, what is Caleb's record against the Packers, which he calls the Crappers? I guess. Whatever. That's been a big thing too. Caleb Williams is 3-2. He got a winning record against the Packers. He's 3-2. Okay. So let's take all this into context. We got one person saying, what was his record, which is 3-2 against the Packers. He's 3-2 in his time. We got another guy saying that they're gonna run the thing for 15, 20 years. I don't know where he got that from. I don't know what kind of evidence he got that from, or they're gonna run that. I guess that's his opinion. He's entitled to that. And then the big one, Young Gun 003. If it wasn't for the 7th seed, the Packers would never make the playoffs. But Caleb Williams won the division. Case closed. Is the case really closed? Let's see if the case closed. And then you got a lot more of them saying that the Bears run the North. They dominate the division. From one old division win, y'all dominate the division. Okay, if you said so. So y'all dominate the division. Let me lead off with this one right here because I want to show you what dominating the division looks like. And it looks like this. NFC North Division champions. Past 10 seasons. 2016, the Packers were 10-6, won the division. 2017, the Minnesota Vikings, 13-3, won the division. 2018, the Chicago Bears. There you go. 12-4, won the division in 2018. Let's keep going. 2019, Green Bay Packers, 13-3. 2020, Green Bay Packers, 13-3. 2021, Green Bay Packers, 13-4. Back-to-back division championships. That's 4. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings, 13-4 in 2022. Detroit Lions in 2023, 12-5. Detroit Lions again in 2024. So the Lions, back-to-back. And then the Chicago Bears finally came back with 11-6 in 2025. So as you can see to your right, Packers have 4 division titles in 10 years. Everybody else got 2. And not only does everybody else got 2, the Chicago Bears have 2 division titles in a 6-year span. The longest drought of any of the North teams, followed by the Vikings with a 4-year drought. Lions won back-to-back. Green Bay won 3 in a row, 4 overall. Last 10 seasons. So, well, y'all ain't won since 2021. Okay, cool. Before this year, y'all ain't won since 2018. So what we talking about here? Where's some dominance at? Where's the dominance? 2 times y'all won the division. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 years in between these 2 division championships. Longest drought. 2 overall. Green Bay won in 16. Vikings came and got it in 17. Bears, you got it in 18. 2 years in between. Then back to back to back. 3 in a row. Now, since 2021, we're on a 4-year hiatus. We are still not as long of a drought as you bums had. 2 times. So, 4 for Green Bay, 2 for Minnesota, 2 for Detroit, back to back, and 1 for the Chicago Bears. Detroit, recent, 23-24. Yours, just last year, 25. Before that, 2018. When the last time you made the playoffs? Which comes to my next. You know what? I'm going to say that for last because that's the best comment. That's the best one because that one's going to fuck everybody up. And now they talking about the record. This is the record that Caleb has. Michael Lyles, 626. What's his record versus the Crappers? He called them the Crappers. I don't know why you call them the Crappers because the team doing the shitting, the bullshitting is the Bears. But anyway, he called them the Crappers. Caleb 3-2. So I wonder how many wins have the Bears had on the Packers in the past 10 seasons. Since Caleb is 3-2. Here you go right here. Packers, breaking news. It ain't that breaking, but we gonna say it breaking. Packers dominated the Bears. 17-4 over the last 10 seasons. The Green Bay Packers are 17-4 against the Bears. And you said Caleb is what? 3-2? So 3 of your 4 wins have came in the past 2 seasons. What the fuck y'all dominating? Y'all ain't dominating a motherfucking thing. Let me say it again. 3 of your 4 wins came in the last 2 seasons over a 10-year span. So 17 minus 3 is 14, right? So that mean we were 13-1. Cause the only other win you got was in 2018. That was the last time you beat us before last year. It took you damn near 6 years to beat us. The fuck are y'all dominating? Y'all ain't running shit but y'all mouth. Stop running y'all mouth. 21 total meetings. 17 wins to 4. But y'all run something up in this bitch? Cause Kayla got 3 wins in the last 2 seasons. Y'all got 4 overall. Y'all just getting started. This is my thing. You're just getting started. He 3-2. And then it was a big thing about, they done won 3 straight. What the fuck we won 3 straight at? What the fuck y'all done won 3 straight at? Y'all done won 3. But y'all ain't won no 3 damn straight. Cause we beat y'all in Lambeau last year. Don't forget. You won the season finale in 24. And you won the week 16 matchup in the playoff game. You ain't win 3 straight. Them 3 you done won. Them the 3 you done won 24 and 25. But from 2016 to 2023, you ain't win a whole ass thing. Nothing. You couldn't beat us. You didn't beat us last year. We beat ourselves. We had y'all dead to the water all 3 times. And we shitted on ourselves twice. So you looked up and got 2 victories. 21, 17-4. Packers won 11 straight games from 2019 through November of 2024. The Bears won the final 2 meetings. 2, not 3. 22-16 in the regular season and 31-27 in the playoffs. That's all y'all done did. Last couple of seasons. 24-25. Y'all ain't did a mammy fucking thing before that. Nothing. So what the hell if we talking about domination? Where's the domination at? Okay, so If that's not domination, what's domination? What about the playoffs? What the Bears done did in the playoffs? They only won 2 division titles, so they went twice. Did they go any other time as a wild card? Absolutely. And Mr. Young Gun 003, put it back up there. If it wasn't for the 7th seed, the Packers would never make the playoffs. But Kayla won the division, case closed. Okay. So if it wasn't for the 7th seed, the Packers wouldn't have made the playoffs. I got a fun fact for you, buddy. And here it is. NFC North playoff success. Last 10 seasons. 10. I like the number 10. So I'm going back to 10 years. 10 seasons. 7 playoff appearances in 10 years. This is what you call dominating something. This is what you call dominating the division. You make the playoffs 7 out of 10 years. 4 out of the 7, you are the division champions. That's domination. Bears fans, the fuck are y'all talking about? 2 division titles in a 10-year span with 6 years in between the 2 titles? You ain't dominating shit. What are you dominating? 7 playoff appearances, 5 playoff wins. Minnesota bringing in second place with 4 playoff appearances and 2 playoff wins. Detroit has 3 playoff appearances and 2 playoff wins. You have 3 playoff appearances and 1 fuck ass playoff win that you just won last year. But you got 3. So if you won a division twice, what was the 3rd one? When was that? Guess when was the 3rd one? It was 2020. Now, why do I bring that up, Bears fans? Because you see this tweet from Mr. Young Gun 003, and he says, if it wasn't for the 7th seed, the Packers would never make the playoffs. Guess who else was a 7th seed that made the playoffs that year in question? Do y'all remember 2020? 2020 was the first year that they implemented the 7th seed in the playoffs. And guess who was the 7th seed that season? You see what I'm talking about? You say dumb shit, but you don't check nothing. If it wasn't for the 7th seed, the Packers would never make the playoffs. Y'all talking like y'all wasn't a 7th seed or something. In 2020, the first year that they expanded the playoffs to 7 teams per conference, the 7th seed in the NFC was the Chicago Bears. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? The one stumping point, and it ain't just Young Gun 03. Oh no, it ain't just Young Gun 03. That's the talking point for all the Bears fans. That's what they get to saying. If it wasn't for the 7th seed, the Packers wouldn't made the playoff. Oh, the Packers only made the playoff because there's a 7th seed involved. Well, look like we not the only one that made the playoffs because of a 7th seed. And you saying it three years after it been put in is crazy, because I could really say if the NFL didn't want to expand the playoffs in 2020, the Chicago Football Bears would not have made the playoffs once again in 2020. Because y'all were the 7th seed and y'all got dog walked by the New Orleans Saints. Dog walk. Didn't even look like you belonged in the playoffs. But I can tell you something about us being a 7 seed. We look like we belong now, didn't we? You talk about that old 7 seed. Maybe that's why you said it. Because maybe you in 2020 already felt like that y'all shouldn't have been nowhere near the damn playoffs in the first damn place. I can't make this shit up. I'm telling you, I can't make it up. And like I said, Young Gun ain't the only one. I done seen that comment multiple times. I could have put that comment on the screen 6 to 10 damn times. If it wasn't for the 7 seed, you wouldn't have made the playoffs. Y'all just made the playoffs because they got a 7 seed. Who the only 7 seed to win a playoff game? Did y'all win a playoff game as a 7 seed? Fuck no. Y'all definitely looked like y'all didn't belong. Cause Drew Brees and the Saints beat the dog shit out y'all ass. That's what they did. Y'all definitely looked like y'all didn't belong in 2020. At all. But at least we did go up in there and show that we belong. We might not have got it done 2 out of the 3 times, but that one time we did. So you can't shit on no 7 seed. And just like I said before, everything evolves. We can say ifs on all that shit. We can say if they wouldn't have put the 7 seed in, the Packers wouldn't have made the playoff. If they wouldn't have implemented it in 2020, the Bears wouldn't have made the playoff. If they wouldn't have never went to a 16-game season, we would probably be still talking about O.J. Simpson as the all-time leading rusher in a season because he did it in 14 games. But are we going to discredit Eric Dickerson? Nope. Are we going to discredit Barry Sanders? Nope. Are we going to discredit Terrell Davis? Nope. Are we going to discredit Chris Johnson? No. Then you went to 17 games. So now you want to discredit Derrick Henry because they elevated another game? Nope. 2,000 yards and 2,000 yards in my mind. Saquon Barkley, oh, he did it in 17. He ain't doing it in 16 like Barry and Terrell Davis. Okay, Terrell Davis and Barry didn't do it like OJ in 14 damn games. Because you can always say that because the NFL ball is a stupid ass argument, but it's so fucking funny. It's so funny that they use this argument, but you motherfuckers was the very first 7 seed in the NFC, and you look like hot fucking garbage, and you got your ass tore the fuck up. That's probably why the hell you motherfucking sorry ass, stupid ass Bears fans come in this motherfucker and say the shit that you say because the shit happened to you. You knew you didn't belong in 2020. You got your ass handed to you in 2020. And now every time someone said about a 7 seed, you feel like don't know 7 seed belong. No. 7 seeds belong. You sorry motherfuckers just didn't. You sorry ass motherfuckers shouldn't have been nowhere near the playoffs in 2020. You were hot fucking garbage. And it motherfucking showed when the Saints dog walk out bitch ass. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. But it's funny that you putting this comment section, y'all steady putting this fucking comment section about being a 7 seed, but we the only 7 seed to win a playoff game as the youngest team in the league. And y'all look like dog shit when y'all was the 7 seed. Look like you didn't fucking belong nowhere near the fucking playoffs. Fucking Mitch Trubisky, sorry ass. And man, look, hey man, I'm through with y'all till week 5. I'm telling you. This my last time addressing y'all sorry asses until week damn 5. Y'all can keep commenting in the damn comment with this stupid ass shit, and I can keep goddamn fact checking y'all stupid asses. But my advice to you Bears fans, let this shit play out. Y'all ain't been here. I know y'all ain't used to no success. Let the shit play out before you get to talking dumb shit. Please. That's all I wanted to say on that. Let shit play out before you get to running your damn mile. Because it's too fucking easy to fact check you motherfuckers. It's too fucking easy. This shit is like fucking 3rd grade math fucking with you stupid motherfuckers. It's easy. Because y'all just say shit. That was funny as hell to me. And I looked at the comment and I said, why do they fucking keep saying something about this 7 seed? And when I'm looking up, I actually forgot y'all ass made the damn playoff in 2020. So when I'm going back looking at the playoff appearance and I'm like, hold up. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me these motherfuckers were the very first 7 seed in the NFC? And y'all look like dog shit. That's why y'all want to do it. That's why y'all want to say something about the 7 seed. Because y'all couldn't do as the 7 seed what we did and win a playoff game. Yeah, fuck winning. Y'all can't even look like a competent football team as a 7 seed. Y'all looking like dog shit. So that's why you use the argument. Bears fans. Look, Bears fans. I ain't got nothing else to say to y'all until week 5. 17-4 over the last 10 seasons. We dominated y'all ass. You won your little funky ass division title. The first one you won in 6 to 7 motherfucking years. 7 years, 6 seasons. You only won 2 in a 10-year span. You ain't dominating shit. Please stop saying y'all dominate the North. Y'all don't dominate a motherfucking thing. Please stop saying y'all run the North with only 3 playoff appearances in 10 fucking seasons. Y'all ain't running shit with y'all mouth. Please stop talking all the dumbass shit that you are talking because you sound like fucking idiots. Y'all do not run shit. You won the division last year. Congratulations. It's a brand new fucking year and you're gonna fucking digress because your defense ain't worth a fuck and your quarterback is still inaccurate and your goddamn head coach is putting all types of pressure on you, talking about they want to be the highest scoring offense and all this dumbass shit that is not going to fucking happen with a motherfucking quarterback that throws 58.1 completion percentage. And can't throw an accurate ball to save his fucking life. I'm doubling down on that one. He gonna have to make me look like a fool. He can't throw an accurate ball to save his fucking life. He's fucking garbage. He has the potential to be a top quarterback one day. Not today. Not today. I will see you motherfuckers. Chicago Bears fans. I will see you motherfuckers week motherfucking 5. I ain't talking to you motherfuckers no more until week 5. Week 5, we can go at it. We can go back and forth, up and down, round and round, because it's going to be Bears and Packers week. We can have an all-out, drag-out argument on this thing. Depending on how I feel, I might just go live and invite y'all in. Let's just talk some shit. But that week 5. Because we got some preseason worry about. I got to see about our offensive line, see what we got going on over there. See who going to make the cut, who ain't. And y'all should be doing the same shit instead of coming over here talking about how y'all running some shit. Y'all need to be checking on what that defense doing. Y'all done lost one. It's unfortunate now. I ain't gonna talk shit about that because that is very unfortunate. What happened to Kobe Bryant? Very unfortunate. He gonna miss a lot of time. But now y'all gotta pivot. Your secondary already wasn't that good now. That old number 1 cornerback you got over there, that y'all so-called think is a number 1, ain't a number 1. Y'all in the same damn situation we in. But y'all delusional. We understand that we need a CB1. We understand Keyshawn Nixon ain't our fucking CB1. The coach staff understand it too, because that's why it's an old open competition. The only person that seems like that they don't understand the shit is Keyshawn Nixon. But that's a different episode. Y'all got a problem over there at cornerback too. Y'all went and got Muhammad. And I wanted Muhammad. I want him elite Muhammad in the draft. I wanted him. Y'all got him. And I hope. Well, no, I don't. I'm lying. If he can become a good cornerback, that'll be beneficial for y'all. But being he on the Bears, I hope he's sorry as hell. So I ain't even gonna lie and say I hope he be a good cornerback. Nope, I hope he's sorry than a motherfucker, just like the rest of y'all sorry ass cornerbacks. But maybe y'all might find something there. And maybe y'all can get something well. But until that happens, until you can put it together, if you can put it together again, Bear fan, and I'm going to say it right now, on wax, on record. If you can come in here and repeat what you did this season and win another division title and go to the playoffs and your quarterback, I ain't even going to set the bar high. If your quarterback can throw for 65%, 65% or better and win the division and throw for 4,000 yards, I come on here and I say, you know what, Bear fan, I apologize. Your quarterback is actually pretty good. If all that can happen, single digit interception, 4,000 yards, and a completion percentage of 65% or higher, I come on here and apologize. But until then, fuck your quarterback, fuck your team, fuck your coach, and fuck your organization. And if you don't like it, fuck you too. And on that note, this concludes today's episode of Cheesehead Connection Unhinged. I appreciate everybody that is watching my handsome or not so handsome face and listening to my voice. Don't worry. Sometimes I think I'm ugly too. Stay tuned for another episode of Cheesehead Connection Unhinged. There'll also be another episode of the Cheesehead Connection podcast coming out really, really soon. Appreciate all the love and support. Share the word. Cheesehead Connection is here, and we will be here all season long and all off season. Until next time, it is me, myself, and I, Chris Wilson, signing out. Go Pack Go, and I'll talk to you later.